Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's Day Job. I'm working on some kitchen cabinets, and I left my belt sander at the red brick house. And the belt sander I have here is really old, broke down. The dust bag's got a leak in it and things. And so I was looking online because I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for Dewalt to come out with a cordless belt sander. And I have just found out that they do have them supposedly here at Lowe's. Look, there it is. Cordless belt sander. And it's $259. What's interesting is that price is a cheaper price than where I've seen it online. I've seen it other places for $329. So I'm not sure if that's a clearance price, you know, that maybe they're not selling or whatever, but I can tell you one thing, $259, I got it. Actually, I made a mistake. It's actually, and then this is where it's confusing. Right here, it says $249, right? And then down here, $239. So $239, and see, if you're a Lowe's like Rewards member, I don't know if that's a discount or not, but if you are a Pro Rewards member, you can get a 10% off on the discount. And if you actually use your debit card, or excuse me, not your debit card, your Lowe's credit card, you'd get another 5% off of it. We can get this thing pretty cheap here if we keep on working it. Oh, shit. Oh boy. You know, I've been waiting for this. I hadn't even realized that these were out. So what I learned from Lowe's is discontinuing carrying those. So if you do want to get one of these, my suggestion would be go to Lowe's and go ahead and get it there. $239. It's just the tool only. So you don't get a battery or charger, but I have the 4-bank charger, and I've got so many batteries from the 20 volts to the 60 volts that I don't need anymore. So I see we've got one belt, and in the package here we've got, so important, a nice dust bag. We've got, ooh, it's a swivel. We have a swivel for our dust bag, and here, it's so pristine, so pretty. No bag for it to go in. But I'm looking at this, and this looks nice. Oh my goodness. So this will be the tracking right here to adjust it to track. And of course this to loosen it up for the belt. Variable speed, I like that, right there on the front. And let's put the belt on. And I need to go over and get a battery, don't I? Oh, I can take one off my other sanders. I have more Dewalt tools than you can shake a stick at. I have everything from a table saw, of course you see the belt, which direction, it's going to go this way. I have a table saw, miter saw, leaf blower, chainsaw, what else do we have? We have the hedge clipper, we have the weed eater for the outside stuff, and inside I've got a planer, I've got this sander now, I've got my random orbital, I've got a couple of these. I've got hammer drills, I've got demolition drills, I've literally got everything. Jigsaws, planers, you name it. I love it because all I need to do is carry a bunch of batteries and I'm good to go. So let's take a look at this. I am truly a Dewalt guy. So we can put the dust bag on here like this, or we can put the dust bag so it's up here like this. Nice, either way, you can have it the way you want it. And let's check out, that's on one, see? Crack it in, get the line up, okay. Good speed. Now I'm gonna say, this is actually pretty heavy for a cordless tool. This thing is like ultra light, but this definitely is a little bit heavier than your typical Dewalt regular size tools. Now, when you have This feels more like a 60 volt. Well, I'll be honest with you. When you get the 60 volt circular saw or the 60 volt sawzall, those are a lot heavier, even without the battery on them. I like those because I get as much power, if not more power, from those than some of my plug-in ones. Also, too, I forgot, I've got the 18 gauge pin nailer, the 16 gauge crown molding nailer. I've got a roofing nailer, I got a framing nailer, and every one of these things work great. The only tool that I'll say that I've gotten Dewalt wise that I kind of was really disappointed in, and probably shouldn't be, because it's a heat gun. The heat gun doesn't get as much heat and blowing that you would like to have. And I'm gonna say, out of all of the Dewalt tools that I've had, and I've had Dewalt tools since like 2003, I think was when I bought my very first laser level. And this is one of the real big ones. They were expensive, and it's still going today. In fact, let me show you something here. Here's how good Dewalt tools are. This is one of my early drills right here, and the batteries still work for this thing. I actually use this one. This is an impact wrench. Like I said, this is one of the early ones. This thing I've probably had 15 plus years easily, and it still works. I still use it here in the workshop. Does it have as much power and stuff as the new ones? No, but I tell you what, all the cabinets that you're seeing in here, when I do my face frames, this is the drill I go to. And I even have a vacuum that uses the same batteries. If you have one of these and it still works and you don't have the battery for them, don't worry. They actually have an adapter that can go into these and use the regular batteries on these. But these things will literally run a lifetime. A lot of times what happens is people will go through, and you can see I actually have over here in the corner, I have the compressor nail gun. That's a Dewalt that hasn't been used probably in 10 years because I've got the battery powered one. You start getting used to using cordless tools that you just don't want to use them. And with me, I've got some cabinets that are actually out on the front porch that need to be sanded. I do have a regular belt sander up here. It does leak dust and things. It would have been fine outside, but I just like having my cordless tools. Oh, I even have 2 cordless routers as well. Detail cutter, the multi-tool. I've even got a couple of those. Oh, angle drill, that's where it is. Angle drill, and don't see the detail one in here. It's around here someplace. But I have every Dewalt tool that you can imagine, and they all work great. So I'm gonna grab this cabinet, and we're gonna do a real quick test. I'm actually done for the day, but because I have a new toy, I have to try it. So hold on for a second. Okay, so normally I would end up sanding this stuff just with my random orbital sander, which does a great job, but I've got quite a bit that needs to get into here, and I just don't want to take all day long to do it. So this is a brand new, clean tool, first time being used, and let's check it out. Actually, we probably use that battery quite a bit, so let's go get another. The other thing I'll say is, a lot of these batteries, if you charge them regularly, don't let them go all the way down to 0, they will last. This one I've probably had this one since these kind first came out, and it's still running strong. Nice and flat. That is nice. Now, I don't know why I didn't bring another battery over. Now, what did I do with my other? There we go. See, now that's nice and flat, and then I can use my random orbit. Now I can tell you what I like on this. It's not too fast where you kind of lose control over it, and let me show you what I mean. Because it's the weight of it is keeping it nice and flat. You see it's nice and flat in there, and it's not overly aggressive. Now, if you're stripping floors, this is probably not what you're going to want to use because you're going to need more power. But for something more delicate, something more delicate, it's definitely really good. That would be my first impressions on it. See how nice and flat it ended up doing that. I'll need to do that down here on the bottom and up over here on the side. But definitely using the two of them, you know, this is my Thunder and this is, or excuse me, I guess it wouldn't be Thunder and Lightning, would it? Because that would be both really, really powerful. But I guess this one would be my Thunder and this would be my more gentler one. And of course, these are great because hook and loop, pull it right off and goes. I just need to dump my dust bag, which is, you can see, it's got a lot in there. They really get put to use, and I like them. So definitely check them out. Hurry if you're going to get one. Go to Lowe's and buy it there while it's on clearance. Otherwise, you're going to spend about $329 for it if you look at Amazon or Home Depot and some of the other places. Peace out.